Balak, king of Moab, observed the Israelites' victories closely. He had heard their God traveled with them and became full of dread. Determined to succeed where neighboring nations had failed, he devised a plan with the Midianite elders to destroy.
Let's begin.
As the Israelites journeyed to the Promised Land, it was inevitable they would come into contact with their enemies. It was a slow and difficult journey for a people who numbered in the tens of thousands. As they journeyed, the Canaanite king of Arad, a formidable foe, attacked the Israelites and captured some of them. The king was said to have slept on a large iron bed around 13 feet in length. He was described as bigger than Goliath, a well-known giant referenced later on in the Bible. The people, fearful but determined, prayed and trusted in God. God heard their plea and delivered the Canaanites into the hands of the Israelites. The fearsome king of Arad and his army were defeated, so the Israelites claimed their land as part of their territories. Continuing forward, Israel reached the land of Arnon, bordering Moab and the Amorites. They sought peaceful passage through the land of Sihon, the Amorite king. They only wished to use the king's road to pass through his territory and would not eat any of his food or drink his water. He refused. The king gathered the entirety of his mighty army and attacked Israel, but the Lord assured his people's victory. The Israelites defeated the king and seized his lands and settlements, then continued their journey. As they ventured toward Bashan, the king of Bashan and his army confronted them in the Battle of Edrei. God once again assured victory, and the Israelites overcame their enemies. Pushing forward, the Israelites reached the plains of Moab and set up camp across from the city of Jericho. Establishing the Promised Land was almost within their grasp. But there was one more king who had been watching the Israelites' movements. Balak, king of Moab, observed the Israelites' victories closely. He had heard their God traveled with them and became full of dread. Determined to succeed where neighboring nations had failed, he devised a plan with the Midianite elders to destroy them.
It's not possible to tell the story of the Israelites and the founding of the Promised Land without knowing the story of a prophet called Balaam, who betrayed the people of God. We will cover this in the next story. Ask yourself, how did the faith of Moses and the Israelites contribute to their triumphs? When was the last time you felt helpless facing a situation you didn't think you could go through? And what can you learn from that experience? Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon. You've been listening to Verse to Flicks.